Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Lamar Jackson, Week 5 in Cincinnati. Awesome game, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens going into Sin City. Awesome game, big time overtime win. Right out the gate, a little bash for a first down, 3rd and 2, bash GT. We're going to look at a handful of these bash GTs, kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly. This one's pretty good. Get a first down. Don't even have to block anybody. Just hand it to him. Let him run around 99. So we are reading the conflict defender 99. He's the defensive end at the bottom. The thing here for me that I love that the Ravens do is they really have embraced Lamar Jackson's capacity to run it and built a system that he, for the most part, is very comfortable with. So here's who we're reading. The bash part of this for the newbies, back away. Okay, so that's the bash. If this guy can tackle the bash, you do not give it to him. If he can't tackle the bash, meaning he's not going to tackle him, you just give it to him. And he goes, races for the edge. Everyone else is running GT, which for the front side is going to be gap down. So we're running GT over here. That's just counter, guard, kick, tackle, wrap. So down, nobody there, deuce. We're down here. We are then going to kick, and we are going to wrap for the play side inside linebacker, even though the left tackle eats that guy. So it's there both ways. I just love when I see well-executed, well-designed offense for easy 3rd and short first downs. So again, if we were to keep it and follow the right tackle, it's a first down. We got first downs everywhere. So a little spread formation, 2x2 open, race for the first down. This only happens because Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson's capacity to run it drives this offense, but his ability to throw it and throw it like this is a deep out up top. This is a play action deep out outside the numbers that we throw with anticipation. Now that's the thing that I think when you turn on the film, that's the difference for me and the growth that I've seen in Lamar Jackson the last few years. His ability to spin it. And I mean spin it down the field with accuracy. And now we start seeing multiple examples of anticipation on film. And it should be scary across the league because he's still got the capacity to run it. But I'm going to pause this thing at the top. The ball's on the 31. This is a 20-yard route by Flowers. He goes to throw it right there. Flowers is not out of the break up top on the deep out. That's outside the numbers. Anticipation. It's a great route as well. Watch him turn the corner. So again, we talk a lot on this channel about if a corner is bailing with his rear to the sideline like this, so he's looking in, right? As he bails with his rear to the sideline, you can throw anything you want out breaking as long as you're on time. And he does a great job here of having to make the guy baseball turn out of this thing. But this is no doubt, this is big time arm talent. It's great design, big time arm talent. And he puts it right on. I mean, it's a huge chunk play. Then the other part, again, that I talk a lot about on this channel is if the out wasn't there. So if the out wasn't there, how about the tight end over the ball? Open. So again, multiple answers, multiple good answers, excellent execution. You have the quarterback run game. You have the run game, obviously. You have the play action game. And now you've got Lamar Jackson spreading the ball with anticipation deep outside the numbers. Lock in. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 5. This is a great job from Flowers. He's the point on the bunch down here to the bottom. He just gaps the defender right at the line of scrimmage, throws up the mailbox, gets an easy runaway. Again, for me, offensive architecture, play design, 3rd medium. Who knows what you're going to get coverage-wise? Want multiple runaways. Now, it helps when you've got guys who can create separation. So watch Flowers here at the point of the bunch at the bottom of this thing. Watch him just gap him at the line of scrimmage. Mailbox. There it is. Hand up. As he goes to put the hand up, right there. The ball's already in the air, guys. That's called delivery. Lamar sees it immediately, foot in the ground, no hitch. Throw that thing, middle field closed, man, got him. It's just a thing of beauty. And you combine it, you overlay it with great scheme, with opportunities for runaways, for guys to do their things, for some great skill players. And now this thing looks oiled up. I mean, this is dealing right here. Look at the separation that he creates on the right side of the screen. I mean, he has gapped him. Whoop. Again, he goes to put his hand up for the mailbox. Flowers right there. The ball's already in the air. Dot. It's a big time third down conversion. Hell yeah. Another chunk. Next one here, another quarterback run game. This is zone read with a little spear or arrow screen down here to likely. And not the fact that this is a huge play, but I just want you to watch the way that Lamar Jackson can play the quarterback position with his hips. Now, there are very few people who can make this throw at all, let alone guys who can make it that simple. And he's always had what I would classify as like a flicky release. But this to me is a great example of how this is just spread triple. He's able to just, that easy flick. We get pressure off the edge. Whoop. All in one motion. Perfect throw right up on his face. We got 2 for 2 down here blocking. So again, what I'm used to calling spread triple, it's just a version to say triple option, right? So here's the dive. Here's the quarterback run. And here's the pitch element of it, how they get there. Now again, I'm used to calling this arrow or spear screen down here. All we're doing is blocking for this guy. But it's one of those things where we get hit with a little bit of pressure. Okay. There's nobody in the C gap to read. We've got the backer and the kind of edge pressure. We just easy little flick. And again, he makes it look easy. There's nothing easy about this. Smooth, effortless, obviously a world-class, dynamic, elite of elite athlete. Just on full display here. Whoop, easy flick. Thanks so much for playing. Love it. Next one here, 3rd and 7. Now, if there were some criticisms that I would give to Lamar Jackson in this offense is occasionally he can be a bit reckless driving the ball down the field. And this is one of those instances. It happens a handful of times in this game. We're going to look at each one. This one, to me, I think could be helped with 2 things. One, better effort and also better design. Okay, so it can be both of those things because in reality, this is there as a play. But the corner makes a nice job. 29 does a few times. So what ends up happening here is we end up running what is, I'm used to calling it clear, and like this little sail or Seattle coming out of this thing. And the guy who makes the collision is up here. So he's really not threatened by that clear because the clear, guess what, slows up at like 15 yards. So then he's able to come off this thing and make this big collision. So effort police on high alert here. Okay, and then the design police are up as well because I would prefer this to be a post. So if it's a post, it's a more realistic threat to that corner, like a high skinny post, big over the top skinny post, as opposed to this clear that kind of goes and slows down. And so for me, I'd like to see both of those things. First, just watch the effort up top. Okay, when you slow down like this and you get your buddy hit, we got a problem right there. That's foot off the gas. He almost like catches himself. He's like, oh, damn, I stopped early. I keep running. Too late. Now, the other part here that you could say is, Lamar Jackson, you got to be willing to throw that ball. What I would answer, and what I mean by that is, if he runs 100 miles an hour, which he's not, but if he did, and this is the play, and this guy's going to come off and make this play on this, you've got to be willing to throw this ball as far as you can. So it can be both. We need to run harder. I think it could be better to the post, but we got to be able to see that. And again, Lamar Jackson played an outstanding game. When all these throws that go down the field, when nothing bad happens to him and they're just incompletions, it's ho-hum. Don't worry about it. We got it. I love the aggressiveness. But I think there will be a time when some of those things get tipped, defenders make plays, we all of a sudden don't come out of a non-interception game where we could easily have a few down the field. Next one here, another example of being a little dangerous down the field. This time we're going to get zeroed up here. This is a first down. So 0 up, punt, block. Okay, we got good enough pass protection to get this thing off. I think Lamar actually doesn't do himself any favors by hitching back. It's a tick late. And again, 29 is able to come off, make a big collision again. So first thing here, let's be critical of the quarterback play, the footwork itself, not helping himself going backwards for me. Makes us just a tick late. So right there, you can see him hit his back foot and he goes backwards. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to stand in there, hitch up when you're getting zeroed. It's not. But I think if he doesn't go backwards, he gets the ball out a tick quicker. Now our guy doesn't take a big shot. We've seen a few of these throws where we're throwing our guys into big shots, which is not a characteristic on tape you want to see. The other part I would say, and again, listen, I'm not in the meetings, but the way this is kind of drawn, I would bet that this thing should be read 1 to 2 to 3. Now, maybe this is like an alert and we're only throwing it if we really, if we like the matchup, whatever, and it's 1 to 2. If that's the case, I think the ball should be on him faster. So either way, I feel like Lamar doesn't play this thing great or it's not designed great. But to me here, I would probably want to throw the ball down here to the bottom versus 0, just because I know what I'm going to get. Boom. And again, it's easy with the clicker. Okay, don't get it twisted. I know that. If it was a normally, I know a great course that goes into significant detail about how to beat every single coverage, where that course talks a lot about getting to the post. So anything to the post is what we want if we can get there leverage wise. This is not really to the post. This is more crosser, over. It's related, but it's not the same. So don't love the fact that we got to go play action versus 0. Don't love the fact that we're late. I definitely don't like the fact that he's hitching backwards. So again, it's subtle, but that right there at the back, we've seen him hit his back foot and throw it already, right? We know he can do it. Backwards, now we're late, now we're floating, now our guy's getting smacked. So again, we can describe the film, and there's a lot of great film to describe in this game. We can also acknowledge the fact that there were more than a couple throws down the field that felt slightly late, reckless, and we're a little fortunate that something worse didn't happen than just an incompletion. Next one here, 2nd and 10, ball's near midfield. Again, the presentation of 0, they're going to run out to close. We're going to throw a deep out down here to the bottom of the screen to Bateman, and it is anticipation again. Is it a perfect throw? No. But watch when he lets this thing go, right? There, he's already patted it. He's separated. You can see Bateman at the top of the 40. Whoop. Nice catch. Again, big chunk. And I can't stress how difficult it is to be able to play with anticipation consistently deep outside the numbers. It's just a thing of beauty when you see a guy locked in like this, spinning it. Even though it's not a perfect throw, bit of a sinker on it, dies on him, you can get into that. And I feel like that's a fair critique. But the timing and the consistent anticipation is simply outstanding. It's beautiful, man. It really is. And again, go through the read. If it wasn't there down the field, over the ball on the shallow, maybe. Backside in, yes. We got multiple winners. But man, I love to see some anticipation. Really nice base. A bit toesy for me. He's always been toesy. I think it makes life a little bit more difficult on the precision where you put the ball. But man, the timing, the rhythm, outstanding. Next one here, 3rd and 5. This sure looks like the Bengals got a hold of some Vikings film with all this presentation of 0. What they didn't realize is that Lamar Jackson can be hot and it doesn't matter. That's the part that's hard to wrap your mind around, for myself included. He's hot to the left. We got 2 on the back. The back's got a duel. We're hot on the guy coming in the C gap. It doesn't matter. Lamar extends, and really shouldn't even be on the ground. He gets rolled up there at the end. But this is just mesh, and he's just running away from the hot. So here's where the ball goes. They're going to try to play 0, right? This looks like 0 right away. They're not playing hot quarters. This is just straight up 0. We are hot off this player right here. Okay? The back almost guarantees has a duel from 1 to 2. If they both blitz, you're going to be hot. All right. Well, just keep going. You can't tackle me in space. Even if you don't get me, I'm going to run. So it's just the choices that you make playing against a player like Lamar Jackson. There are no good choices when he's spinning it like this. Can't get me down. I mean, I don't know what you would do as as a defensive coach there. Obviously not blitz him like this, but right, like he's never even really threatened. Even if say Bateman wasn't there on the shallow, does anyone think he's going down right there? I don't think he's going down. He doesn't even go down when he throws. He goes down because he stops after he throws and gets rolled up. But I mean, this is too easy. This is verse 0. Just drift, create, easy flick, walk in. I mean, that's awesome. Next one here, I put this safety in here just because, not because it has anything to do with Lamar Jackson, but just because it's an important play in the game. No idea what the right tackle is doing here. The right tackle has someone in a 4 technique, which is head up on him, and he doesn't block him. You can tell that the fullback looks like he's leading up to the backer, and he's shocked that the 4 technique is there, and that is a gift. That is a 2-point gift. And so you just see the breakdown, on in the run game. I think there were, the fumble and this play, hard to put anything necessarily on Lamar Jackson besides catching the shotgun snap later. But this, I can't imagine that there's an explanation. And if you're watching this, you've probably already heard coaches or people talk about it, of him of 70 just losing his mind here. Like, we've got to be able to block this. It looks like these two are back here, and then we're just leading up on this play side backer. And again, you call run plays down here because they're safe. You either take a shot or run it out. But there is no play in the world where we are going to run at this player and not block him. And we're not reading him. There's no, this is not quarterback read plays. This is just handoff, must block 4 technique at point of attack. We don't gift safety. I mean, damn. Next one here, 3rd and 10. We got 49 seconds left to go at the end of the first half. We're going to sky mail this ball to the slot on what I consider a clear post in most offenses. Again, to me, this is reckless. It's not there. I will also say there's an element of detail here on the dagger concept that I don't love. I do love his ability to kind of move up in the pocket. He maybe moves a bit too far up to make the throw a little bit harder than it has to be. But for me, when I think of dagger, okay, so the ball is directly on the 25. In the NFL, I think of deep ends as 20 yards. Okay, it's not high school, not, whatever your middle school adult league team is. It's a 20-yard deep end in most offenses. So it's going to be off the screen here. But when you get to the 45, you roll that thing like this. Okay, what I don't want to see, and what I don't think a lot of teams do, is run what I consider like high school Harry in routes at like 15 and like choppy and like square. Okay, so this route, the yellow, needs to be at the 45, way up here. That's the first part, is the depths of these things are just off. And then the other part here for Lamar Jackson is, I think this deep end is probably going to be there. It's probably a second window throw. But again, instead of violent movement up into issues, just reset, come up, get off the main launch point, move up in the pocket, buy a little bit of time, and drive this thing. Again, easier said than done. Clicker marker man. But to me here, this route at the top is not my favorite. I prefer that at 20 yards. And then I think it's going to be open in that second window between the hashes. So it can be all of those things. It's actually pretty nice pass protection. So up, reset. Don't get up and now have to make a jump throw, right? So just slightly up as opposed to heel click, maybe one movement up, and then just be a little bit smarter with what we're trying to do there. Because again, this to me just looks like unnecessary risk. So one movement up. Again, see how far he moves up in the pocket. Now we're making jump throws. Jump throw late down the middle of the field is just not a recipe for success very often. And then again, I think the route could be better if it's at its more traditional depth. You can see it coming open, right? You can see 15 coming open between the hashes there. But I think it's even more open and more on time at the correct depth for most offenses, as opposed to whatever the hell that was. All right, here we go. Second half. Get it going with that dot up top to the inline tight end, the number 2. They're going to run just seams here. Middle field closed safety. Lamar does a great job looking them off. Again, throws an absolute seed, a dot. Again, I can't overemphasize how beautiful of a throw this is. Touch, trajectory, look off, right in stride. It's so good. Again, I'm not saying he wasn't, there weren't points in his career where he didn't throw nice deep balls down the field. But I feel like the consistency here is what's so impressive about his game right now. So Middle field closed. We're going to run seams. I mean, this safety makes it easy, right? Thinking likely he's going to be the guy, come back, drop an absolute dot. It's beautiful. So a little 22 personnel for you. Take a shot and variation of all go. You know, I know it's not perfectly all go because the guys on the outside are running like wheels, but the spacing is all go. That's a dot. That's so good, man. It's a beautiful touch. And again, it's the quick, unique flick that he has. Because most guys who throw flicky or darty don't have touch. But this is perfect. I mean, and again, you know, I don't know what the tight end depth chart looks like over there, but this is not one of the top two guys I think of over there. Getting a huge chunk play, ripping it down the field. Pretty awesome. Next one here, touchdown pass, likely bottom of the screen, a little corner. This is a little power pass. See this all over the league for decades. We're going to have the fullback bluff the C-gap defender. So you're going to bluff him with the fullback, and then the tailback's going to come and chop him. There it is. You usually have a flat and a corner to the play side. Reverse out. A little, what does your boy call it? Spider banana thing? Spider 2, Y banana, something like that. Here it is. There's a little Y banana. Again, the part that I love is just the execution of it. So bluff in the flat. That's usually one. There's that corner or banana. And then the part that I love to see, you see your boy King Henry come out here and just chop the edge. Do a perfect job getting the hands down so you can throw the flat if you want to. Everything else is full slide away. Beautiful. Again, great touch from Lamar Jackson. It's not that this is the most difficult throw in the world, because it's not, but he makes it look easy. Perfectly right on him. Hell yeah. Next one here, 1st and 10, fourth quarter now. We are going to hit Andrews. He's the point on the bunch up top. So first here, go to school on this check. So we got a linebacker out here on the back. So you know it's probably man. We come in, we're going to get to a mesh play. Now, for some reason, Cincinnati just kept getting abused running man to bunch. And there's a lot of different ways to play bunch coverage. But if you play man to bunch, you're going to get runaways and mesh all day. So watch Andrews here, 89, standing on the left hash. He's just going to run away. And whether this is a cross or a beeline and over, it doesn't really matter. He just gaps him at the line of scrimmage. And this is not the first time we've seen somebody get gapped at the line of scrimmage like that. And Lamar sees it, throws again, a beautiful touch pass. Perfectly touched. And again, the point here, first of all, obviously the point is the actual play, the execution. So another tight end getting another big play down the field. But the thing that I love about it is, first of all, the ability to get to this man beater. So we're going to get to what this play is here, deep in, and then we're running mesh everywhere else. Because you got all these runaways. But if this wasn't there, and it is there, winner. We just got winners all over the place. We got guys running away from tight coverage everywhere. So it's refreshing for a passing game with Lamar Jackson to have these kind of answers. I mean, look at the shallow. Look at Bateman. Wide open. Andrews open. The in route open. I mean, you want to know how you're good on offense, how you're good throwing the ball. It's having multiple winners. And that's a big chunk. I mean, just talk about a tight end party. My goodness. Guys getting it done. Beautiful job. And again, the command from Lamar Jackson at the line of scrimmage looks like he's getting to the play that he wants. Coverage identification, get to a man beater, let your guys win, and damn near everybody wins. Dot of a throw. Just great. Next one here, Bash GT again. Now, this Bash has a bunch of stuff going on. The Bengals are trying to play zero. They can't get lined up. The kick out from the guard ends up being a beautiful log. We'll talk about all of it. But this is, again, because of the skill set Lamar Jackson has. It really is a one-of-one skill set. And when you tack on his ability to spin it like he's spinning it with this, it's outstanding. So the first part to pay attention to here is they are confused. They don't know what the hell is going on, how to line up to this. So that's their issue, not our issue. They're in zero. There's nobody back here. So they end up getting sort of aligned. We end up running bash GT. Again, if you remember bash GT, it's back away, and then we're going to run GT down here. So when we do this, this whole front side is going gap down. Right? Gap down, gap down, gap down. What ends up happening here is they're so confused that this linebacker thinks that he has the back in the bash. So when he goes bash, guess what? He runs all the way across the field. Again, thank you. I'm not going to say what I want to say about defensive guys, but you could probably guess what it is. Okay, so we are reading this player. He's our conflict defender on the bash. Great. He can tackle the bash. We're going to keep it. This defensive end right here, he is going to wrong arm this. So when this guard comes across to try to kick him out, he's going to wedge this thing or kind of dive inside. When he dives inside, the guard does what most people call a log block. So you let him go inside and then you seal him, like roll him like a log. The tackle does a great job of then getting out and leading the way. So adjusting off the log block. And there's nobody there. So the first thing here is just watch the chaos, then watch the linebacker run with the bash, and then we'll get through the end zone to see the kind of the run game execution. But they can't get lined up. Look at him run with the back. Thanks. Ball's the other way. Right? Beautiful job. And then I watch that log block from the left guard. Come across, wrong arm, log. Great job wrapping by the tight end. Get out and lead the way. And again, very few people, if anyone, accelerate like Lamar Jackson. Running bash GT all over an NFL film. I mean, it's one of those things where, a decade ago, I don't know if I would have believed you. They're doing it all the time. God, that's a good log block, man, by the left guard. And it's a really nice adjustment. Look how agile 79 is, bro. I want people think that these guys are big, slow. Watch him kind of hurdle the left guard right there. Get up and over. Look at that subtle little jump around. That's a big ass human. Just, yeah, thanks. Da-da. Get out, lead the way. What a great football play. Next one here, play action. We're going to end up working the backside in down here to the bottom. I think he probably could have thrown it to Likely. Now, I was probably a little confused why he didn't. I mean, it's still a nice gain. It's on here for two reasons. One, to say, hey, we probably could throw it to 80 on the crosser. And he got all the way through the read. Moves in the pocket, left, right, again, kind of off platform. He's got unbelievable rotational force to be able to drive this thing without his feet set. But again, if we're going to run a go, so this is a pretty common construction of play. So there's that clear. Here's where I think probably the ball could go. And then you get that backside in. So we get a little mailbox here. I'm a little nervous with this safety here. But if he runs past him and all I see is the back of his jersey, probably let that thing go up here. Regardless, I love Lamar's ability to kind of move in the pocket, buy a little bit of time. Is it easier to do it kind of on schedule where it's 1 to 2, let it rip, as opposed to 1, 2, move a little bit more. Now we're going kind of second window and we got to throw it with our feet up in the air. Yeah, it's harder. So, you be the judge. Could Likely get the ball here kind of on time, back foot. He's going to move right there. I probably think he could. You throw that thing kind of almost near the NFL shield, maybe on the 22-ish. We've seen him make that throw, that touch throw already this game multiple times. So, okay, he doesn't like it. Find the backside in. And again, I want you to really pay attention to, he goes to throw the backside in kind of more on time and decides not to, but then the throw that he makes is essentially a jump throw. So could he throw it right there? I'm saying yeah. As soon as 27 turns his back like that, I'm throwing that ball. He doesn't like it, back to the backside in. Turns it down right there. Then he goes to throw it like that. So look at his feet when he decides to throw this ball. Torque, whip, where is it? Right up on his face. It's a perfect throw. We get a little floating bag too. Is that a bag or a towel? Hard to say. Dot. Next one here. This one I know Lamar's pissed about. We're going to work Andrews up top. He's the number 2 in the bluff wheel, post bluff wheel. This should be a touchdown. It ends up being a nice catch. And again, it's a completion. It's not the end of the world, but this should be a touchdown. And you can tell from Lamar's reaction that he probably expects it to be a touchdown, because it is right there, everything except kind of getting it in. You can see the little clap. He knows a better ball, and that's a touchdown. So again, really like the design. You know, if we had anything to do with this offense, my one coaching point here would be, hey, we got to go 1,000 miles an hour here. That doesn't look full speed to me. Again, he knows what he's doing, right? Post, here's the bluff wheel. So we come out like we're blocking for Henry down here, and we let this thing go. And again, you're hoping that the flat defender comes up on the swing and that the corner tracks the post, and then it creates that void right here where you can let that thing rip. And again, a better ball, and it's a walk-in touchdown. So excellent design, nice play call, block it up, 6-person protection. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of space. That's popping someone open. That's great offensive architecture up top. Everything except the kind of precision of the throw. And we've seen enough precision in these throws down the field that the standard is high for Lamar Jackson, and he can make a better throw than this, because this should be a touchdown. Next one here, touchdown pass. We're going to end up finding the inline tight end down here on the bottom. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I know exactly what this play is supposed to be. Again, I'm used to calling this some iteration of a power pass. We do the same thing where we bluff the edge defender to the right. Henry cuts him. Well, there's nobody to cut here. So he just comes off, seals it. You know, what Flowers is supposed to be doing, I don't know. Is he probably running out of that thing back to the corner probably and just falls? So it's one of those things where, again, it's not perfect. Lamar Jackson makes it work. So what I'm talking about here is we're coming across, we bluff, and we're in the flat. And then Henry comes off of this usually and cuts. Well, there's no one to cut, so he just blocks. That's the power pass part of it. Now, where the touchdown is right here. He comes across and settles up right here. But everything else here, who knows what this is supposed to be? Like, he's coming across shallow, and we come across the back line here. I'm saying he's probably trying to come back out over here and just falls. So I'm glad it worked. Again, aggressive, beautiful day, 4 touchdown passes. Got to love it. But this one probably a little bit fortunate. And that's way too easy to just raise up and throw it to a big body right in front of the goal line. So again, nice job from Lamar Jackson sorting this thing out. If that isn't there, I'm not sure exactly where he would go. Probably have to go create. Put it right on him. Touchdown. Next one here, another Bash GT. Now, finally, we do a Bash GT, and I don't think it's done perfectly well. There are a few things here that I think are probably not correct. The first one is probably the block on Andrews. The second one is Lamar Jackson not following the tight end. So I think he's probably upset a few different things here. I probably, more than anything, upset about himself, probably the Andrews block as well. I will say again, I don't think the tight end should be blocking this guy. He essentially is kicking out here. This has got the opportunity again. I just love the fact that they kept going to it, and it was there damn near every time. So what I'm saying here is, technically on this Bash GT, so here's the Bash, here's who we're reading, okay, as the conflict defender. Normally, you're doing these 3 players they're always going gap down. At the tight end position, you can do 2 things. You can arc it, or you can be part of the gap down. If he's part of the gap down here, to me, I would want him up, down and up. What I wouldn't want him to do ever is kick out. So he kicks out. I think he ends up kicking out 59. And that's an L, because we've got the guard coming to kick. And then we've got the tackle wrapping. And even though it's not done correctly, like I would bet a lot of money that this is not correct. Even though that being said, the play is still following the tackle. So as we shuffle, read, just get behind the tackle. And that's the part of GT that's tough, because it's a gap run and it's got a chance to break inside the tackle box. So again, could you follow the tackle? 79. Yes. I mean, the answer is yes. He bounces out. He puts Andrews in a tough spot. Andrews probably didn't block the correct guy, right? 65 probably should be on that. And we make, 2 bad choices at the end. Next one here, 2nd and long. Again, we're going to catch 0. Again, we're going to throw a beautiful ball down here to the bottom, deep outside the numbers. So they're going full punt block here, or the presentation of punt block. We get another hookup down the field with anticipation. Now, a few things here. Okay, so the first is just acknowledging the fact that this is a big time hookup. Okay, I love the fact that we saw multiple examples, of Lamar Jackson playing with great precision down the field with anticipation, outside the numbers, on time. I mean, you got to let it sink in. It's beautiful. So he goes to throw it right there. You can see the receiver at the bottom on the 50, not out of the break yet. Again, we talked about the technique of the corner. He's going to bail with his ass to the sideline. We can throw anything we want outside the numbers. Got him. It's beautiful. Now, the other part that I will say, and again, I'm not game planning to play the Ravens, but if all these guys were to blitz, okay, so say they were to bring all 8 people here and they would have a +1 on us, I'm not sure you could hold this ball long enough to throw this. So is there a hot answer up here, that maybe you could get the ball away from? I'm going to guess that they're going to be tested in this moving forward, because I don't know that there looks like there's a hot answer. Now, that's operating under the assumption that you can even get Lamar Jackson down, which I'm not sure you can. But man, I'll pause this thing at the top one more time. You can see the anticipation right there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's not a one-off. It's a pattern. How about the dumbass on the sideline who knocks the ball out of Flowers' hands right there? Some clown shit. Next one here, a beautiful play from Lamar Jackson. You're going to get zeroed here. He's going to go through a full read. 1, 2, 3, second window for a first down. They're running a double move up top. So no to the double move, no to Andrews coming across. Yes to the number 3. Going backwards. Watch his feet. Backwards, buying time. Rips it, torques it, puts it right on him. Big first down for Wallace. Love it. So, I mean, normally I would say this is probably not what we want to do versus 0. Have this much time where whatever this is, where we're going probably 1 to 2 to 3 to really second window 3, kind of 4 here. And again, this 0, the only reason it works is because their 0 is coming from the heavens out here. I mean, they got no chance. It's like being dropped out of a blimp. He's coming from so far. They're never going to get home. So, they've got their own issues defensively. But that is beautiful. I mean, it really is impressive to go 1, 2, 3, moving backwards, throwing a strike again off platform, not with your feet set, ripping it right on him on 3rd and long for a big conversion. It's just beautiful, man. It's really special quarterbacking. That's awesome. Next one here, simply a world-class play from Lamar Jackson. Besides fumbling the snap, and the snap is an issue, but this ability to straight arm, get off me, eyes downfield, create, drift to your right, throw back across the field, a dot to your left, likely go up and get it, was asking for the mailbox for about 5 seconds and then stand over him. So I'm going to show it from the defensive end zone just because they don't have the catch from the offensive end zone. I'm laughing because the snap is just ridiculous that we keep dropping these snaps. But this throw right here, going out of bounds, again, off platform, getting bench press in the chest, chain crew not helping, go up and get it. Pretty damn awesome. So likely down here to the bottom right, we can't even get him in the screen here. So again, first off, we can't catch the snap. We're taking our eyes off the snap. You can see his helmet go up right there, eyes off of it. It's a problem. I mean, no panic, straight arm, get off me, create, can't get me down. Look at likely asking for it in the top right corner. Mailbox. No. 94 can't believe it. No. So who knows what the hell this was supposed to be? It's never there. Look at likely. He's not even in the end zone yet, and he's asking for it to be thrown up to him right here. Give it to me. Throw it up. Throw it. Okay. It's such a ridiculous play. It's chaos, ball on the ground, nightmare. It's pure Lamar Jackson. Can't tackle me. Get the hell off me. Go create. Arm talent, vision, playmaker. It's ridiculous play. It's awesome. Next one here, we're driving. We're down a field goal. We've got 2 and change here. We're going to rip what I'm used to calling a corner stop or 7 stop up top to the number 1. Anticipation, put it right on him. Now we're into field goal range, essentially. We're in the vicinity. And it's just a beautiful job from Lamar Jackson, man. This is on time, rhythm, 5, hitch, ball out. And again, I'll show you from the sideline, but we're playing with anticipation again. We're driving the ball down the field again. 5-step drop, 1 hitch. You can see he'd go to throw that thing right there. You can see Wallace at the top of the 5, the top 50, not out of the break yet. Stop, ball on him. It's beautiful. Great timing, great rhythm, outstanding execution for a big chunk right before the 2-minute warning. Give yourself a chance. Next one here, 3rd and 6. Thought this was a missed opportunity here a few different places. 1, the pass protection in the back we miss. 2, we probably missed the speed out down here to the bottom to Flowers. He's the number 2. And then we certainly missed Bateman on the spot. So we're catching 0. Got to have a plan for 0. We don't execute it here from a few different standpoints. So again, watch the back. He's going to cross key to the linebacker in the B gap, and we're just not going to do a good enough job. So there it is. We then have to kind of go off platform here with whatever that is. Jump throw. If you were to throw the speed out to Flowers, I think you throw it on time. You don't have to worry about the pass pro. That's probably where I think the ball should go. If you know for sure that you're going to get Bateman wide open there, it's probably an easier throw. So again, presentation of 0, right? Like that looks like 0. That is birds on a fence down here as far as DBs. The number 2 here, Flowers, he's on that speed out. That's kind of the safe throw if you think you got it by kind of coverage early pre-snap. If you don't know, this is pretty good too. So both of those are first down opportunities. So one of the few kind of straight up misfires for me, whether it's decision, timing, it doesn't come back to Burnham because we make the field goal, but it certainly could have been an easier kick. And you maybe could have even walked it off in regulation if you keep moving the ball here. But one of those things where the pass protection got to be better from the back. And then again, what are we looking at quarterback wise? Where's the ball go? And then even if we have to make a jump throw, we've seen him make this throw consistently in this game. So still kind of surprised that he doesn't get a better throw on that thing to the little spot route. All right, now we're in overtime, 38-38, 3rd and 4. We're going to rip a slant up top. Now we get a little spacing down here to the bottom, but the slant up top, middle field closed, win. Excellent. Again, a better throw here where he doesn't have to kind of jump stop, and this has got a chance to get some significant yak. But regardless, it's a big-time conversion, 3rd and 4. Is it as bad of a throw as Bateman makes it look here with the jump, turn, slow down, think he's going to get hit? No, it's not. But a better throw, and this thing's got a chance to turn into a massive play. Regardless, it's still a great 3rd down conversion. It really is. This is clean and simple. If it's not there up top, you've got the spacing down here to the bottom, probably not great versus man. And you wonder why I dislike spacing. Just look down here at the bottom. Just blanketed. Better win on the slant. He does a nice job. Again, that's a love slants on 3rd down. Got multiple opportunities sometimes for those guys to win. Create separation with the stem. Easy throw for the most part. Put it right on him. Again, he's jumping, catching it, thinking he's going to get hit. He's got all sorts of space there. Who knows why the free safety isn't, thinks he's receiving a punt back there. Then this was the very next play. We're going to put the ball on the ground here again with a shotgun snap drop. Now, it looks like they're having communication issues at the line of scrimmage. We got to rush to get it snapped, but this is not a bad snap. And, I would say sometimes you would think, guys like Kelsey back in the day, they used to fire that thing back there, and you'd almost see like Jalen Hurts become like a catcher. This doesn't look like a bizarrely difficult snap to handle. It's right at his chest. Again, it's the second one we've seen in the second half get put down on the ground. I just think he takes his eyes off of it. You can see his head go up just a tick. Watch his head go up right there, and the ball's off. That's a shame. And if you were to lose this game, you would be sick to your stomach that that's how it went down. So great job getting the ball back. Then the last one here, the Henry kind of toss sweep down here to the bottom, lead stretch, whatever you want to call it. This is a beautiful job from the fullback and the wide receiver doing what I'm used to calling pizza. So pizza is often a term that's tethered to pass protection in the league. And what it means is if you take mine, I'm going to take your slice. So if you eat my piece of pizza, I'm going to eat your slice of pizza. But it's really a great job to play team football. So right here, 16 Wallace is supposed to crack a defensive end. Not an easy job. Okay? These guys know that. These guys that are good will look immediately at the feet of the near edge player. And if the inside foot is back, they are thinking, oh, this guy's going to try to crack me. So he doesn't let him. So he misses there. All the fullback does is goes and blocks him then. And then 16 doesn't stop. That's the part. He keeps playing and he goes to block the corner. So it's just a great job of 16 not stopping after he makes a mistake. He takes a physical L at the point of attack. Miss. Fullback. Cover him up. Great. Pizza right away. Boom. I'll take yours. You take mine. There it is. And it's a great cut from Henry as well. And then again, world-class acceleration for a big guy. It's just mind-boggling. If you want to know what not to do at safety here, take a peek at 24. Whatever this is, I don't know. It's a not for long type situation. That looks bad at many different levels. It's a beautiful run. It's a big time play to essentially win the game. Ice this thing. But I just love the fullback and Wallace here being able to kind of go, no, yes, gone. See ya. Make a cut too. Oh my goodness. I almost wish he could have scored there and really walked it off. But regardless, it's an awesome play. It really is. Like, this is some great fullback play. Excellent effort from 16. Great run from Henry. Everything except 24. My goodness, dog. Just find the tunnel. So that is a wrap. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, big win. Awesome game, really. All over the place, making plays. I loved watching the film. I really enjoy watching this offense. I think it is unique. I think what Lamar Jackson has done and is doing is unique across the landscape of the league. And when you overlay kind of the run game part that they've always been kind of at the forefront of, the quarterback run game part of it, specifically in this game, the Bash GT stuff, with the play action, with the precision in the anticipation that you saw from Lamar Jackson pretty consistently in this game. It is outstanding offense. It really is. And then he's got the ability to create, to make plays. You can't bring him down. He's so athletic, dynamic. Just overall a blast to watch. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.